Okay, just one other thing I wanted to mention here in the abdomen is some of the muscles. You can see the rectus abdominis muscle here. You can see the striations separating the pieces of the rectus abdominis muscle. Okay, and those are called the tendinous intersections. And then you can also see where we've divided the rectus abdominis muscle out. This would be the linea alba. Proceeding down further, in the cadaver, we can see the female cadaver genitalia here. Of course, we can see here what we call the soft pad here as the mons pubis. And then as we go on down farther, you can see the vagina. You can also see the labia majora here that we talked about in class. A little more difficult to see the labia minora inside, but the labia majora are easier to see. Now let's progress down into the lower extremities, the muscles of the lower extremities. Let's talk first of all about the upper part of the leg, anterior compartment. So this here we have the rectus femoris muscle, and then medial to that we have the vastus medialis, and then over on lateral to that we have the vastus lateralis. Okay, then also as we come up here in the front, you can also see if we actually go underneath the rectus femoris, you can see what we call the vastus intermedius, which is directly below it. And then we see what we call the crossover muscle that we talked about in lecture here. This is the Sartorius muscle, big long muscle which allows you to cross your legs. Medial to that, of course, we go into the adductor muscles. This is one of the key ones here, the gracilis. And you can see the other muscle right here, which would be the adductor magnus muscle. And look really close. This one's been cut, but you can again see the femoral artery here traveling down. Also, if we might have to bring the camera over to this side, you can see here up on top, we can see this large piece of very tight muscle here. This is what we call the T-band, or the iliotibial tract. And then above that would be the TFL muscle, which is actually not very well dissected here, but if you look really close, you can actually see how thick that part of the muscle is. Okay, then if we come down here, lower, we'll have the muscles of the anterior leg of the lower leg. And the first one we're going to look at is this one right here. Okay, right next to the tibia, we have the anterior tibialis muscle. Okay, and then as we go further out to the side, we're going to come out here to these muscles here on the outer part of the leg. So you can see here from the anterior tibialis going out a little bit further, we have the extensor digitorum muscle. You can see that it comes right down just like we did in the arms. You can see all the different tendons coming down to each of the toes there. So we have the extensor digitorum, and then even lateral to that, now we're into the fibularis. Sometimes these are called the peroneus muscles, but you can see the fibularis right here. Okay, and then there is a fibularis longus and brevis, but it might be a little bit difficult to decipher those here with the camera situation that we have. Now we're going to turn and we're going to go over to we have this leg on this side, which has been cut off at the knee, but we're going to come down here and show you the muscles in the posterior compartment of the lower